And we're back with TSPN with Tracy Busby. Like I said, Tracy, you look a little standoffish at first. First time I met you, you look pretty tough, but you're just an old pussycat. Right?
Yeah, I'm a nice old guy.
Yeah, both of us, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, I saw it advertised this morning a little bit on the early shows on TV, but they're talking about this same item, Distracted Driver Month. Is this a CHP designation, or is it kind of like all law enforcement?
Well, it's all law enforcement. We partner with CHP. They're the lead agency. Them with the Office of Traffic Safety to lower the distracted driving incidents and accidents that we have. It's been a huge problem. The program started about 4 years ago. That they've really made an effort, and we're seeing a decrease. But we need to continue moving in that direction.
I got to tell you, I drive back and forth to Sacramento a lot from Amador County. And I see a tremendous amount of people, a lot of adults mostly, on their cell phones. And I know it says that teens are the ones that are most likely to get on the cell phone, but I see a tremendous amount of adults.
Well, I think that adults set examples, both good and bad, and I think that's one bad example that they've set, and it's a problem. Today's society, everything's so important. I mean, years ago, we didn't have cell phones, and we seemed to make it then, but everybody seems to think that call or that text is very important. That short time, that distraction can be deadly,
Right.
Not only for the person using their phone, but also obviously for some person that's just driving down the road and they become a victim.
Mm-hmm. Tell me something about hands-free. If you're driving and you have a Bluetooth on your phone, so if you have to just touch the button to answer, that's basically hands-free.
That's hands-free, and cars are coming equipped with that, and today's, and that's obviously what we'd like to see people do if they have to do that, and be focused on the roadway. That's where their attention needs to be.
But if you have to pick your phone up and actually pick your phone up and touch the button and touch the speaker or whatever you have to do and set it down, that's not really hands-free.
That's not really hands-free. They're using the device, and that's what we're trying to prevent is that type of distraction. The looking down, grabbing it, because then you're going to be operating it, pushing different buttons.
Yeah.
When they come with on the steering wheel now, you can just touch it. Your hands are still on the wheel. You're pretty attentive of what's in front of you.
Right.
But reaching for your passenger seat, or if it's in a cup holder or whatever it may be, it creates a problem.
Yeah.
And obviously that can be very deadly.
I got to tell you, the second most distracted driver thing I see going to Sacramento is, and it's not sexist, it's just women putting their makeup on. They're leaning forward, putting their makeup on while they're driving, and sometimes they're driving pretty fast.
Yeah, we see that. We see people shuffling papers because they're going to a meeting. So it's across the board what people are doing. Years ago, I used to drive truck in Southern California. I actually seen, again, not trying to pick on, but I seen a female actually ironing while she was driving.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the most unique thing I've seen in driving so far. It wasn't when I was an officer, but I did observe that.
I didn't think about the most unique. I've probably seen some pretty unique things, but let's not get going.
Yeah, we're digressing.
So the most important thing you want to get across to everyone, kids, adults, but especially the parents, to impress on their kids is don't pick up that cell phone. Don't be on it.
Yeah, it can wait. I mean, you can, before you take off, if you've got to have a message delivered that you're going to be driving for the next half hour, you won't be on it. But we need to get that across, that the dangers, and it's such a, the remorse when it does happen is tragic for families when it could have been so easily prevented. And that's what this one is. This one's 100% preventable,
Right.
That you don't have to use that handheld device while you're driving.
I guess the distraction can be as easy as, and I had my daughter do it. She was distracted leaning down to tune the radio and went off the road back on, but we found out later because her tire had a puncture in it. Fortunately for her, but unfortunate for another young lady I know who was doing the same thing, got in a head-on the other side of the road.
Yeah, but I mean, we're focusing on the phones and the handheld devices, but anything that distracts you, whether you're changing the radio, looking in glove compartments, looking in the rear seat. Your focus really needs to be on the road for your safety and also for the safety of everybody else out there. We need to do that, and it's not a hard concept to do. You're in a large that can be deadly. The vehicle can be deadly, and you need to focus on those driving habits of driving safe.
Right, and if you need to get on that phone, then do what I've started doing is pull off in a safe spot, and then return the phone call or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, we survived all these years without cell phones, and all of a sudden that's become, with social media and all the different things, that's become so important, and texting has really overtaken even holding the phone to the ear.
Right. Okay, Tracy, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you very much.
We got to go to a break on TSPN. We'll be right back.